Hey, welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't been here. I've had a few weeks that have been kind of rough. Um, Bit of an emotional situation. I guess I've had a bad mental few weeks, but I felt like I should get back here and let y'all know that I'm okay, that I'm fine. But I got a few things to talk about. Now, to be honest with you, I'm absolutely tired of politics. Now, don't get me wrong. I love researching politics. I love reading about politics. I love the idea that politics can be used for good to better people's lives. But I'm tired of how it's done here in America because nothing changes. It's always the same thing. Women's rights are under attack. LGBTQ plus community members are under attack. My community and the trans community are always under attack. Women lost their bodily autonomy earlier this year due to a basically a rogue Supreme Court decision. Kids are being treated like garbage just because they're transgender. A high school girl in, I believe it's Wisconsin, is now being investigated because what? She had the gall to win a championship. So she's being investigated as if she's transgender just because she won a tournament or won a medal or some championship in a sport. You have schools across this country that are banning the use of pronouns, banning the wearing of somebody wearing a pride flag on their shirt. You got Florida telling teachers that you can't even discuss gender or anything in class. And I see this as a problem because in America, we're not using politics to help. We're not using politics to lift people up and lift up the marginalized communities. No, we're not doing any of that, are we? We're not trying to lift up the poor. We're not trying to lift up those that are having their rights stolen. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything to help the LGBTQ community from the constant barrage of attacks for things that we didn't do. I feel like my community is directly under attack every day of the week, and I have felt this way since before I ever came out. That's why I was here, making videos supporting the LGBTQ community while I was supporting the trans community. Because even though I didn't feel brave enough to come out and say anything, right? I felt people still needed help. They needed the truth. They needed to see that somebody cares. Because it doesn't look like when you go and when you watch what's going on, you turn on the news, you flip through YouTube videos, or you look through Google News. All you're seeing is constant barrages of attacks against people like myself, potentially people like you. Now the thing is, you don't have to be LGBT to understand the plight. You don't have to be LGBT to support us, to want to protect us, to make sure that we have the same rights as you do. You don't have to be, you know, out there attacking us and hurting us It's not necessary. If you're in the closet still, I understand. I feel you. I was there for the better part of 30 years. Because I'd say it was probably about 8, 9, or 10 when I realized I liked boys and girls. And I was about 10, 11 when I realized I wasn't the boy that I was assigned at birth. But I hid it till I was 40. Hid it from my mother until I was 42. Go figure. But here's my advice to you. Be you if it's safe to be you. If you don't feel safe, then don't. Don't come out until you feel like you are in a safe space to do so. That's all I can say. Because that's what I had to do. I didn't grow up in a place where being gay or transgender was really an option. At least not to me. Because I watched people get bullied just for seeming, somewhat effeminate. I saw boys getting beat up all the time just because they wore pink to school or they spoke with a lisp or if they just acted somewhat effeminate. I did everything in my power to put on a good show and a good act. To the point that my best friends and even my wife didn't know. And it seems that we're very good. Those of us that have had to stay in the closet for a long time are really good at hiding stuff, at playing the role that we were given. But I want you to know that you don't have to stay there. If you're in the closet and you feel like it's just too dark of a place, come out. Open the door. Let those in that you know will support you. If it's not your parents, then a good friend. But we don't have to stay in that little closet forever. You can come out. And you are why I will always be here. To let you know there's a safe space. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. My advice to everybody who supports women's rights and LGBTQ rights, get angry, stay angry, and vote the Republicans out of office in November. Each and every one of them. If there's a Democrat that supports this bullshit of taking women's rights away or attacking the LGBTQ plus community, vote their asses out too. I don't care who they are. It is time that we fight back. I do not believe in violence, but I do believe in showing up to the ballot box. I do believe in getting rid of the problem at the ballot box. So if you support this channel and you support women and you support the LGBTQ plus community, please get out there and vote. Make sure your registration is good for your state, right? Because some states you may already be past deadline. It is mid-September. But check with your state laws if you're not already registered. Get registered if you can and get there and vote in November. as well with the state ID law, voter ID laws going in across the country. If you were transgender and you have recently had a legal name change or your gender marker changed on your ID, make sure that your voter registration matches that. Make sure your voter registration matches your new ID, your new name, and your new gender marker. Make sure that all matches, because they're saying some 200,000 transgender Americans may not be eligible to vote because they have not done such. Also, if you are a woman and you're recently divorced and your name changed, make sure that you've had your voter ID updated to match your voter registration to match your new name, your new ID, the new name on your ID. So, like I said, get angry, stay angry, vote. And that'll be all for today, I guess. Just keep in mind that you matter. That no one else gets to define who you are. Only you get to do that. And honestly, recently I've had somebody tell me that it's not God's plan for me to be trans, right? This isn't a family, it's running personal on the internet. But as someone that does somewhat have some belief in a higher power, I believe that if there is a God, the one that I pray to, if he's there, that me being trans is exactly who I'm supposed to be. I believe he put me here for a reason, and I went through what I went through for a reason. Please check back for some more videos tomorrow. All right, have a great day.